When the eagle flies over the drum, the elders say it's a sign of good times to come. Let's all dance, yeah, to tribal. Together we can dance for survival. Let's all dance, yeah, to tribal. Together we can dance for survival.
Welcome to Aboriginal Expressions. On today's program, we are going to travel to Hobbema to see how Euro Disney chooses their cast for Buffalo Bill's Wild West show. Then we will be talking with Nathaniel Arcand, who is one of Edmonton's fastest rising young actors. But first, Shane Blind visits with Judy Phillips, a Treaty Indian from Saddle Lake, who is a reporter and host on Edmonton's ITV.
Good afternoon and welcome to Health Matters. I'm Judy Phillips. On today's show, a simple vitamin promises you can finally beat the wrinkles of father time. Plus, a new product gives you relief from a runny nose. And how long does it take to feel the benefits of quitting smoking? Not as long as you might think. These stories and much more of the latest health news and breakthroughs when we return. Stay with us.
Hi Judy, thanks for joining us. Can you tell us a little bit about where you're from?
I'm from Saddle Lake, Alberta. I spent part of my younger years like back and forth in Edmonton and Saddle Lake, and then as I got older, just as high school started, I moved
Real live Indian in a Wild West show? Well, Euro Disney has made that dream come true for a number of cowboys and Indians, but with a slight twist. Unlike Hollywood Westerns, there are no losers in the script. Kathy Sewell dropped in on Buffalo Bill's Wild West auditions in Hobbema.
Aho pahashka, ankiu peya, yahe kele, opila, yelo.
Greetings to you and your tribe. Totanka Yotanka, Medicine Chief Sitting Bull. You honor us all with your presence.
So, Giselle, what are you looking to find here today?
Well, we first of all just let you know that we've held 4 auditions and we're doing North American auditions. We've been to Arizona, to 2 cities in Arizona. We're on our way to LA tomorrow, and in Alberta today. What we're looking for are highly skilled individuals that can really show off strong, superior skills and horsemanship talent. People that can ride, have ridden most of their lives, that can do some trick riding, roping, bareback riding, things that an actor definitely could not pull off, somebody that has been doing this most of their lives.
So what kind of qualities would the new Buffalo Bill and the new Sitting Bull or whatever have to have?
Again, we're not looking for actors so we can train them, but somebody that's open-minded, willing to accept, to be put in a position as a role and character, and speaking, articulate, excellent riding skills, as mentioned, of course, is number 1. What else can I tell you? Willing to live in group situation. There's 35 people you work with on a daily basis, a real team player. Somebody that can bring creative liberties to the show. Every cast member that we hire comes in and we want input from them, from their own home, where they come from their own background, their own personal background, their cultural background, to share with us. If we're doing something that, may not suit this certain, let's say, the Cree or the Blackfoot traditions, it's more the Sioux traditions, and we want you to bring those forward because they have definite creative liberties in the show that we do. And it's changed. Every show is different because all our cast members are different.
So it sounds like it's constantly evolving then.
Yes, and we're trying to do that because we're trying to depict today's First Nations people, and cowboys, not 1889 to 1913. Yes, we're loosely basing the story on the cowboys and the First Nations from that period, but we want to be progressive as well and continue to change and improve the show because the skills, as you know, improve as well today.
Okay, what we're going to do first, we're going to have all of you that are auditioning for the principal roles, Buffalo Bill, Chief Sitting Bull, and Annie Oakley. We're going to have all of you come down to this area. Not right now, not right this second, but we're going to have you all come here for a type out. Those of you who make that will have you ride, as Sean described, as well as read. Okay. For all of you riders, what we're going to be doing is we're going to have 2 horses going, and we will be calling your name. And we'll call a couple names at a time. Be ready, come on down. We have the horses ready so we can get you all through as soon as possible. Please bear with us. We want to be able to see everybody, give everybody a fair chance, but it may take some time, but we want to get through all of you as quick as possible. Okay? If you are selected, what we'll do is we'll ask you to stay, and then we're going to get you on videotape.
So this is Carter Yellowbird, who is a star in the Buffalo Bill Wild West show. Can you talk a little bit about your experiences over in Paris?
I left in October, went to the Buffalo Bill Wild West show to work as a North American native. When I first got there, it was a kind of a culture shock. No, you know, but I'll go and check it out. So I wound up going there. I got on a horse, and I thought, heck, I got nothing to lose. I jumped on screen, did all I did, you know, all I can, you know, and bailed off a horse during while he was running, and just let loose and had fun. And they called me up within 3 weeks.
Wow, that's great, because I've been looking at some of the auditions here, and it seems that the decision to whether you're going to give someone an application form is made almost within a second.
Yeah, I think what they do is kind of break it down to right down to half, you know, and then what they did in Edmonton is that we come back the next day and they break it down to half again, you know, and they break it down to right to about 10 people. And other than 10 people, they call 2 or 3 people, and then they tell them they got the job.
So what do you think that you had that everybody else who was auditioning for didn't have?
My looks. No, I'm just kidding. I was just happy. I was just kind of happy with everybody. I was just nice to everybody, you know. I don't know if I don't want to say anything about my looks or personality or my, you know. I wrote it all my life, you know. I'll tell them I have nothing to lose. If I go, I go, you know. I just went with it.
Production has that much confidence in me that they would give me this much opportunity, you know, camera time.
You were also the feature criminal of the week on Due South.
Yeah, I'm like a high-tech Indian burglar of sorts. Well, what happens is, in the storyline also in Due South here, is that, I don't know, if you go back in history, there was the Christianity came down and told everybody that was not Christian that everything they did was evil, you know, and their symbols, like our symbols of like Nana Bush or something, or the devil or something, and this scared a lot of the people back then, and they took away all their statues that they carved and things like that, just their sacred possessions, and that's where the story came from, is that these 100 years ago somebody took these masks. They took these masks and they were switched from hand to hand over the years, and finally they came to rest in this Chicago museum where my uncle and I come from the Northwest Territories to retrieve them. And we succeed in getting them back. I get caught.
Thanks very much for joining us. I'm Rose Mercady for Aboriginal Expressions.